Greetings and welcome to our series of weekly devotionals. This week we're taking a look at some verses in chapter 3 of Paul's letter to the Colossians, offering a few thoughts for meditation, devotion. A few weeks ago, my wife and I and a couple of friends were spending a day in Manhattan, and we were down in the historic Seaport district, and we had a nice view of the Brooklyn Bridge, and they have those little sort of magnifying devices that you can look through to get a close-up look. And I was looking through one, nothing. And then I realized that it costs 50 cents. You have to put a couple of quarters in order to see what is ahead of you. And I thought to myself, that's kind of an apt metaphor for society. We often in our society see only through the lens of money, consumerism, materialism, and related to that, the lenses of power, success, achievement, etc., etc. Now, Paul, in his letter to the Colossians, urges those believers to see differently. He writes, "For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, is revealed, then you also will be revealed with him in glory." And what Paul is saying is that there are truths, realities of God that are perhaps not easily seen, whose appearances are sort of hidden in society, and that we often look just on the surface of things, but that looking below the surface, we might glimpse something different. It reminds me of one of my favorite lines from one of my favorite movies, The Polar Express, which I realize it's the middle of July, 100 degrees outside, and I'm thinking of a Christmas movie, but the line is when the conductor of the Polar Express says to the children, to the hero boy, sometimes the most real things in the world are the things that we cannot see. Things like love and hope and belief, we can't really grasp or consider to be tangible things, and yet who could argue that those are some of the most powerful things in our lives? And so Paul is encouraging his believers in Colossae to look not at the surface of things, to not just notice outward appearances, but that, in fact, below the surface of things, God is already transforming the world, that God's truth, God's reality is there, and that perhaps we just can't see it clearly at this point in time, but he exhorts all of us to see not through the lens of materialism or consumerism, but to attempt to see the world and ourselves and life as God sees us, to see the world through the eyes, through the lens of faith. Amen.